Hello. Okay, let's start within 1 minute. Okay, so last week we took a look at all the different order types, right? So what were they? Is the limit order, the market order, oh, get, stop order, whatever. Stop limit and market if touched. We described these. So, and we stopped at validity and expiration of orders. So to go back a bit, I wanted to touch this topic of taking and making liquidity, which we touched back then, but an interesting property, right? So standing limit orders, those that did not match immediately when they came to a trading venue, they take liquidity. Oh, wait, the opposite. They make liquidity. It means they offer opportunities for other orders to match. And all the other orders, except for probably stop limit, right? Because so these two and this one, these orders take liquidity. So what does it mean to take liquidity? They get matched with other limit orders. And an interesting property, right, of making liquidity is that, like, if I am the price, right, and I'm changing limit orders, so buy limit orders here and sell limit orders here, limit orders make liquidity and they resist the price change. So if a price goes down, right, these limit orders start getting matched with the other orders that cause the price go down, and they start buying, right? So this buy pressure resists the price change. And but the orders that take liquidity, they cause the price change. So the market orders that are sell match with these orders, and this causes the price to go down. And stop orders, so the stop orders, the ones that sit at some level and they convert to, this is the sell stop order, stop. They convert to a sell market order. So when a price changes and touches them, right, from above in this case, and what they do is that they also take liquidity, and this is triggered by some other order being having taken liquidity before that. So stop orders accelerate the price change. So stop orders, when a price hits them, they accelerate the price change through them. And limit order, as a counter example, when a price hits it, it resists the price change. So it pushes back. So if it's a really large limit order, the price would have a difficulty to go through this large limit order. So this is just additional intuition about, like, what's the difference difference between limit orders and stop orders. This is also the other kind of property, right? Limit orders resist the price change. They're like walls that sit around the current price. I mean, they make the current price, right? But you can visualize it as walls which the price has to break to go through. And stop orders, they accelerate the price change. So once touched, they increase this momentum of the price, and the price technically goes even further. And okay, so we touched taking and making liquidity and how that affects the price change. So let's go to validity, expiration, and quantity of orders. So validity. Technically, like in our work, we mostly work with orders that are valid immediately after we submit them, right? So these are called open orders. And but I've read there are venues that support orders that will be valid only after a specific time, right? So I submit the order right now, for example, the market buy order, but I want it to become valid after like an hour. So when the order has been accepted, but it is not valid yet, if there is a special instruction for validity in the future, it's called a good order. So we submit it. It's not yet valid. It cannot fill yet, but it's good. When the time comes, it becomes the open order. And let's go for the expiration. So this is like when the order starts, working, right? And expiration is the opposite. So when do we want the order to stop working, right? So the simplest case, I guess, is the GTC order. It's good till cancel. Good till cancel. Oh, or maybe till canceled, whatever. SGTC, which means that after we submit the order, it waits infinitely until we cancel it. Technically, some other things could also cancel it, but in the general case, we say that the order will be valid up until we cancel it. We send the instruction to cancel the order. This is the first expiration. The other one is GTD. I think it's called like good till day, or just day order. Which means that the order, we send it, and it will, if no other order matches this one, it will remain in the order book or in the system until the end of day. What is the end of day? Usually the venues, like exchanges, they have specific times when they open and when they close. It means like people shut down the computers and they go home, right? So in this case, if an exchange works from 9 to 5, I mean, there are different additional complications, right? Different trading sessions, but we can say that, okay, if it works from 9 to 5, it means that the order will be valid until 5 o'clock, and then if it did not fill, we cancel it. I mean, the venue cancels it automatically. You say that the next day, I don't want to see the order if it did not fill. Similarly, there are these ones I have not seen, but I've read about them, so let's just mention them. It's good till week go till month, which we can already understand it's the same, but until the end of this work week and the end of this month. So it was funny to me to know that these also exist, but have not seen them yet, unfortunately. Next, there's also an instruction that could be supplied to the order to say that this order should be immediately executed if it's possible, and if not, cancel it immediately. So it's called immediate or cancel. Immediate or cancel. So what does it mean? It's like we say we never want to cancel the order ourselves, and we just submit it. If it's possible to execute it, do it. If it's not possible, just cancel the order, right? So the trading venue, if it supports this kind of order, it either says that the order got filled, at least partially, at least to some extent, right? And the remaining part, if it was not filled immediately, it get canceled. Interesting result of this behavior, right, is that this order, even limit order, takes liquidity. It only takes liquidity because this kind of order will never get to the order book. It will not stand in the order book itself, because if it did not fill immediately some parts, the other parts will not stand in the order book. They will get canceled. So this order never has a chance to make liquidity. So technically not technically, it is an order that only takes liquidity. This expiration type also has a brother called fill or kill order. Wait a moment. So I think we should be careful about the definition of fill or kill, because I've read different definitions. So in some places, some people say that immediate or cancel is the same as fill or kill. So they're synonyms, but in our experience, and in most of the places where you can read the definition of fill or kill order, it says that it's not a synonym, but it has an additional condition, that the order should be only filled as a whole. So this is like immediate or cancel order, like similar to this one, but only with the condition that it's either completely canceled or completely filled in the trading venue, right? So there is not possible to fill only some part of the order with this additional instruction. So this is usually what is meant when people say fill or kill order. But still, I think it's good to be cautious, because in some places they say that these are synonyms and this only filled as a whole addition does not apply, right? So just we have to keep it in mind, and maybe some other people mean something different when they say FOK. So these were the expiration instructions for the order, right? So these are the additional options that you can set for an order when you send it to a trading venue, an exchange, a brokerage, right? When they support these. And additional instructions you could use is the additional instruction is the quantity instruction. It's about the amount that will get filled. So an important one is all or nothing. So it is an instruction where you say that you want to fill either the complete order, the entire volume, or none at all. So sounds familiar, right? So technically, FOK is IOC, like fill immediately, with all or nothing instruction. So this instruction says that we only want the entire fill for the entire volume and never or nothing and nothing in between. So that's why with the IOC, FOK, and AON, we have to be careful when talking to other people, because people could confuse different things, or in different places things are called differently, and maybe they work a bit differently. Like FOK could work a bit differently, so we have to be careful here. Another quantity instruction we could supply is the minimum or nothing. Like so, here's the all or nothing, minimum or nothing. So this one is when you supply a minimum quantity that you want to be filled. So for example, you say, I want to buy 10 bags of potatoes with the minimum of 3. So as a result, either you get 0 bags, like nothing, right? What nothing here means. So you say, if you cannot do it with the minimum of 3, give me nothing. So either it's 0 or 3 or 4, etc. So with this additional instruction, some venues I've seen work with the minimum quantity. So technically, the AON is the minimum or nothing with the volume, with the entire volume, right? So if the venue does not support the all or nothing instruction, but it supports the minimum or nothing, if you supply the entire volume as a minimum, this is effectively the all or nothing instruction. I see a question. Can we actually see these instructions in logs, for example, or is it just abstract explanation? Yeah, we can see it. Usually, when we see them in fixed logs, like the fixed protocol that many, not all, but many venues use. It encodes all these instructions for orders. So for example, I like this website, fixtrading.org. And here we can see, for example, we have the new order single message that we can send to a trading venue, and we can supply all the different instructions for the order in these scary numbered fields, right? So technically, if you know the numbers, or if you decode, like if you take a look at specific message, and you can look up what the numbers mean, you can see the instructions supplied for every order. So in the code, when the program sends the order, it does set all these instructions for every single order. Well, we just have to keep in mind that not all trading venues support all these different instructions, right? So for example, here are a lot of different fields, but not all of them supported by all brokerages, for example, right? So for example, the minimum quantity I see here is the field where you could supply the minimum quantity for the minimum or nothing order, but not that many places support that instruction. But what are the others? Fill or kill. What was the field? Okay, it's the time in force field. So if we go the field called time in force, time in force. It's a field tag number 59. So if you see a fixed message, you can look up the 59th tag, and you can see the expiration instructions for the order. So it could be the day order, it could be the good till cancel, immediate or cancel, fill or kill. As you can see here in the standard, it says that the FOK should be executed in its entirety, right? So this one agrees that it's the all or nothing order. What else we have? Yeah, okay, so the basics are here. Do we have good till month? Oh, good for this month, good for month. Okay, I didn't know how to write it. Now you know. Do you have the week? No. It looks like it's not a standard type for the order, but it was fun to know. All right. So yeah, if you want to see how the different instructions are encoded in the trading protocol, you can take a look at this reference and find all the different things. For example, what else? All or nothing. How is it encoded? Maybe AON. Give me a second. Oh, wow. Okay, I don't know in which field it goes, okay? But I remember we used the all or nothing instruction somewhere. Okay, whatever. We've taken a look at the quantity instructions for the orders, for the venues that support them. And what else? We can quickly take a look at. I think let's take a look at the lifetime of an order. How the order lives, right? What happens to an order? What states does the order go through during its lifetime? So it goes as follows. So for example, this is the start, right? We start by sending an order to a brokerage. So technically, what happens? What are the stages in the life of this order? As described in the fixed protocol again, right? So I assume that there are different protocols that have different stages for the orders, but usually the fixed protocol is very good at giving the general idea, a general list of good ideas, right? So every time we try to do anything not like in fixed protocol, we regretted it later because very smart people thought about what should happen and they described it as a fixed protocol. So when we start, we send an order, right? It becomes the status pending new. Pending new. So it means it was not rejected immediately, right? When you send an order and you receive that your order became this, got to this status, it means it was not rejected immediately by the training venue. Because the other option is that your order could get rejected. Rejected. For example, the market is not open for this instrument, or maybe the size of your order is wrong, or maybe you supplied some instructions that are not supported by this venue. So in this case, your order will become rejected. And if the checks have gone through okay, then your order becomes pending new, and after that it becomes new. So when it gets to this stage, it means your order is starting to work, right? It will get filled probably or canceled in the future. So in this stage, the venue has accepted your order and started working with it. So this stage, not all venues have it, but I just put it here for the general understanding. I think technically, after the pending new stage, your order could also get rejected. Then, okay, we have a question. Is that right that at one point fixed protocol was created and all the exchanges just agreed to use it? As I understand it, fixed protocol was created by exchanges themselves to use it. So there were multiple trading venues and they probably used some different protocols which were difficult to integrate. They did not have a lot of documentation. They had differences in how they handled things. So the major players, the major companies in the trading community decided to work together and make the general specification how things should work, right? So, and they made the fixed protocol, and it's being used by many trading venues, but also, for example, many exchanges have different other protocols which are, for example, faster, right? Fixed protocol is it's not very economical, right? If you saw the messages, right, the message of fixed protocol, the message of sending an order, it could easily feel like 2-3 lines of text on your screen, right? So it's a very large, it has a very large size. So it's a lot of bytes being sent. And if you're sending millions of orders, usually fixed protocol is not the best choice. So there are other protocols that are more compact and have maybe a subset of functionality, but tailored to be executed very fast, right? So, but I think in general, the FIX protocol is like, it's very educational, right? So if you understand how FIX protocol works, you 100% understand what other protocols do in principle. So it's a good idea to use it as an education, and also many trading venues also use it. So it's also very practical. So I hope I answered the question. So the protocol was created by the exchanges to use it. So after the order became got into status new, it means that the exchange has started using it, and it will maybe match it with some other orders. So when that happens, the order becomes partially filled. So if the order is able to partially fill, right? If you didn't supply the all or nothing instruction or FOK instruction, which prohibits partially filling the order, then the order has the status which says that it has started filling, but there is some part still unfilled. So the order is still active, it's still open, and in many venues you could still modify it. For example, if you had an order for like 10 bags of potatoes and it got filled by 3, you could still reduce the size of the order if you wanted, right? Before it got filled up to that amount. And after it gets filled completely, the name of the status is filled. After that, the order stops being open order. You cannot do anything with it. You can just, it becomes the history, right? It becomes the trading history. So this is the good ending for the order. The order wanted to fill, and it got filled in the end. So this is good. As we mentioned, this partially filled might not always come. So in some cases, you skip this state. But also, your order could get canceled. So after we placed our order, the exchange could cancel it, or maybe we cancel it, or it could happen also after we partially filled the order. So it could get partially filled, but the remaining part will become canceled. And when it's filled, nothing can happen to it. It already filled, it has done its job. So this is the general state diagram, I think, of what usually happens, right? So FIX protocol also describes some additional statuses, which could, in some venues which are supported, and the order could get into those states, but we don't usually see them that often. So if we go to our favorite Fiximate, we can see all these different order statuses here. So this is the order which got pending new state, then it got new, then it got partially filled, then filled, right? Or canceled. Or initially it could get rejected. So these are the statuses, but you can see that there are others as well, and we don't get to see them often, right? And maybe when expiration is supported, it sends the venue sends the expired status, but maybe it does the canceling, right? So it maybe sends the cancel. So it depends on the specific venue. And I've seen some places where the order becomes stopped or calculated, but I don't know what that means. So I cannot tell you. Okay, so we've taken a look, have taken a look at the validity, expiration, and quantity of orders, and the status of an order, like what happens with an order during its lifetime. And I think if you have any questions, please ask them. If not, of course, like and subscribe. And we're done here. Thank you so much.